Hey friends, welcome to Women, Wine, and Song. We're outside for a change. Never done this before, but we can meet in person again, so that's exciting. Today I have Michelle. She goes by Flower. I should have done the sign the right way.
That's all good.
Michelle Flower.
And
here.
Bowser.
And Bowser.
We got our homie over
His
here.
butthole is going to be in the screen once in a while, and it'll be okay. You'll get through it. Michelle, or Flower.
Whichever.
I'm like freaking
honestly.
Facebook. I've been reading the Michelle Flower, so I'm like, I'm just,
It's both. you know.
But okay, so tell the audience a little about yourself. How are you involved in the music community?
Oh boy, that's a stacked question, but I'm here for it. Should I just start from the beginning? Maybe kind of give like a little timeline.
Yes, because the framework of this show started as the women's stories of their trials, their triumphs, and their evolution in the music community. I bet there's quite an evolution.
Well, it all started one day that I was born, and my parents, the first song I listened to after coming out of the womb, after the cord was wrapped around my neck and stuff, they put on Eyes of the World by the Grateful Dead. And I was born, I think, like pretty early in the morning.
Got goosebumps.
My mom said my mom said yo, you woke the entire hospital up. And she was like, she just knew I was going to be a singer after that. So, and I've sang my whole life. So I've always been like really involved with music personally as like an outlet for myself. But then come high school, I'm starting to go to Red Rocks. I get the nickname Flower because I'm selling flowers in lot like that I made. And I was like, I think I kind of want to do this as a career. So senior year of high school, we all have to do senior projects in order to graduate, and everybody's like, oh, I'm going to shadow a dentist. Like, I'm going to do that. I was like, I went straight to Cervantes, hit up Duncan, and was like, yo, I want to put on a nonprofit show because I want to do nonprofits and music.
Yeah.
And ended up putting I think we had Lucid Vision, Isanusi Experiment, which was all the guys from Evnoff except Evnoff.
Cool.
One of their first starting bands.
I've seen Evnoff, but I can't. They opened for someone. I saw.
Yeah, they're taking off, dude. I'm so proud of those boys. But yeah, and then Rodway, and I got 3 live painters. I sold my flowers. My friend sold her clay jewelry and stuff, and it was a huge event and raised over $1,200 for a local nonprofit called Concerts for Kids, which you raise money for kids that are in need for shelter, basic necessities, and education. And that's I chose that one, so I did that, passed my senior boards with flying colors.
Yeah.
But that kind of started it, and moved out to Durango. And through all this, I was working with John from Black Spy. I know we were talking about that earlier.
Hi, John.
Hey, John. And promoting a bunch for them and getting free tickets out of it.
Yeah.
But then I moved to Durango, hit up Eugene at Animus City Theater, and I was like, yo, I want to be on your street team because I just moved out there for college and I was doing it with John, with Black Spy, the Front Range. I was like, how do I get free tickets? Let's go. And he hired me on, and I remember one day I made a Facebook post because I'm always injured. I have a joint disease, and I couldn't I was out of work because I hurt my knee. And I was like, does anybody have a job for me that I can sit and do?
Yeah.
And Eugene sees that and goes out on a limb with the owner, Michelle, also her name is. And he was like, yo, do you want to be a bouncer? I'll have you sitting, checking tickets for until your knee's better, and then you can start moving around at the venue and do that. And he was like, usually you're supposed to be 21, but I was 18 at the time, and he went out on a ledge and put his neck out for me.
I was also going to tell the viewers that this woman right here is 25 years old and just straight up killing it, just killing it. So how cool. Cool. But continue. So you were young as shit, and
I was a bouncer.
Work as a bouncer as a female because people are chill sometimes.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And literally that kind of started it all because I started meeting people through that in the scene. I learned how to really actually not be that little fangirl and treat humans the
Like,
way
they're
they want to
really-
be treated. You know what I mean? Like,
you're human, I'm human. Let's talk to each other.
let's make some
that.
music happen.
Yeah,
Like, let's
exactly.
go.
Exactly.
So yeah, and then that happened, and you know, I worked with them for about 4 years. Then decided to make the jump to Telluride from Durango after graduating college. After I worked for Rocky Mountain PBS for a little bit in there and made some documentaries and was their event coordinator.
Cool.
So it's all based around events, really.
Yeah.
Like, jumped out there, ended up scoring a gig out there as a live music coordinator at the Liberty.
Nice.
And decided after a good amount of months working there that I kind of wanted to move on to something new, and a new opportunity presented itself to be a co-talent buyer at Telluride Ski Resort.
Nice.
And that's a title you don't really want to turn down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just like really like my good friend cousin Curtis, who was the main talent buyer, kind of took me under his wing and just taught me the ins and out of it all. And with the idea that I was going to take over his spot because he's a musician and wanted to be solely a musician and gigging.
Cool.
So he basically was teaching me.
So that he was training you.
Yeah, to take over.
I forgot to record. I'm not being an asshole. I need to record.
But yeah, and then, you know, the Rona hit.
Yeah.
My relationship failed, and I was like, I'm going to send it to Denver. One, to be by my family, you know, because my whole family, I grew up down here. But two, because of the badass music scene in Denver. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be
there's
involved.
So much music. There's never a dull moment.
I'm a little overwhelmed right now, honestly.
That's why I live here. Like, I'm like, if that shit is flooded, I don't even know. You have to like choose what shows you're not gonna go to. It's
like we were gone for so long that we really had to plan out going to music.
Yes.
Like, you had to get your pod and your table and your group together and like do in advance, and now it's
shell out $300 up front and shit. You know
like, who's gonna put it on their card?
Yeah,
like now everything's back, and it's
now,
like,
so I have the money in my account.
You know? I feel like we all like grew like 3 years older through this pandemic.
Yes, because you had to coordinate. It doesn't matter what kind of wook you are. You gotta figure that shit out, because it's not just GA stumble in ticket kind of situation.
But now it is, and now I'm like, what do we do?
All of the things. Oh no, there's not time. There's not enough time for all of the things. And that's what sucks the most. Like there's like you can't go to summer camp.
Where's Rick from Rick and Morty at, where we can clone ourselves and just be everywhere? I mean, you're just like me, because we're hard workers. If we could be everywhere, we would.
Yeah. It just sucks. Like, you grew up in Colorado, so like you had that. Yeah. You had that. So like you had the music community around you. I grew up in Indiana, so my hard work got me like sweet bartending gigs sometimes at sports bars. You know what I mean?
Sports balls. Yeah.
That's sports ball. You know?
Dude.
Yeah. So it's cool. I'm
lucky to grow up in Colorado.
For you that like you knew. Because that's another thing. That's not a thing that they talk about in Indiana. That's not a career that you would even
consider.
Northwest Indiana, like, what music venue would I be hitting up exactly? You know what I mean? Like, there's not, you gotta go to Chicago. Like, that's where I'm at in life now. I'm like, I'm owning land. I'm gonna have I call it a food forest instead of a farm, because
I love food forest. Yes. There's Durango is all about that.
Yes, my friend has moved to Durango.
She's gonna love it.
For that. Like, she went to school for that, and now she's doing that. She was gonna help me zero skate my yard, but
they're huge out there.
She moved fast. She's working for Tico Time though.
I actually am as well.
I am booking stuff with Tico Time, so we gotta just talk about that later too.
So Ross is Stevie, the promoter of this event. I was on KDWR with him in Durango because I was a radio DJ.
Yeah,
that's what I actually went to college for.
Also, you have to tell them that. Go backtrack.
Oh shit! I never finished this musical story.
Yeah.
So I did Flower Hour for about 7 years at KDWR. That's what I went to college for at Fort Lewis in Durango, and started that. And when I moved to Telluride, I moved my show Flower Hour over to Kodo, which is like super famous for, you know, doing the Telluride bluegrass streams and everything.
Yeah,
like, one of basically the two most badass radio stations in Colorado. In my opinion, I got to work with, which was amazing. Community radio, so it's all powered by the community.
Yeah.
And actual CDs. Every single wall in these studios are covered top to bottom with CDs.
I feel like I'm the only person who uses CDs in regular life
CDs.
anymore. I do too. I'm like,
I
you
go
need to
up
make a
with like
CD.
my eyes closed, and I just go up to the bluegrass section and be like, I'm gonna play track 9 from this one. And
I
I
love
just
that.
find so much new music that I've never thought that
Yeah.
I'd know of. Like,
That's so good.
I loved it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I did that.
I always thought it would be so cool to be a DJ, but I, again, grew up in Indiana and was like, that's not a thing like people like regular people like me do.
Oh, it's
You
so
know
much
what
fun.
I mean? And it totally is.
And
If
that's
you
basically
wanna
what we're
have
doing
a-
right now. Podcasting and radio go hand in hand.
If you want to have a show, have a show.
Let's make a show, guys.
Let's make a show. I
like this show.
I had to remind myself that like we're talking because I've never done this way, right?
Yeah, you've always been over Zoom.
I've always looked at the screen to talk to my person, so I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta remember there's people here. Hi.
Hey guys.
Most of them hopefully will be listening on Spotify instead of watching on YouTube, but
Hopefully.
for the time being, YouTube is the primary source because we're behind on our production. Because we're all doing so many things.
Because
like,
everything's blowing the fuck up right now.
And my production guy is also my boss at the talent agency who is doing management and booking, and he's a sax player.
You're right.
So it's like, okay, we'll get to it when we get to it.
We'll find the time.
Good thing time is irrelevant.
I have a feeling that no matter where this is going to be streamed, people are going to be stoked, though. Because, like, who wouldn't want to listen to two badass chicks in the music scene talk about fun things?
Seriously.
Right?
That's why you're here, right?
Yes, and edamame and all.
Edamame.
If
This
you're
is the
wondering
first
what
time
we're
I ate
snacking
during
on.
my show, and it's awesome.
It's so good. But yeah, okay. Back to the story.
Yeah.
Moved to the Front Range after Telluride.
You had the radio show. What was it? Wait.
So I started working for Shared Views and started putting on streams for them as just a kind of interning gig.
What year was this?
This was right at the beginning of the coronavirus.
Okay,
so
yeah.
last year. Yep. And
so you graduated when?
From college, 2017.
Nice.
December of 2017. Yeah. But yeah, and basically it was just putting on streams because that's all we could really do when everything was super shut down for a bit, and learn the ins and outs of that. And let me tell you, if you try and do a live stream, something will go wrong.
Yep.
That's why I'm so about pre-recording, which I'm so glad we're pre-recording right now.
Everything goes wrong. I'm like, wait,
There's something always go wrong. And, worked with them for a while. Things didn't really end up working out for reasons I don't really want to discuss because I'm professional, but
that's fair. Don't throw anyone under the bus.
No, because we all sometimes people go in different directions.
Exactly.
And that's where
we grow, and sometimes you grow together, and sometimes you grow apart.
No, and it was all really big learning experience, and I really do cherish a lot of that I learned with them. But basically, then I was chatting with this band called The Buzz. I knew Mathia, the lead man, back from high school. And I was chatting with them after running into him at a buddy's small festival called Spa Fest at the Morrison Hot Tub Inn. And I was like, yo, I just moved down here. Like, I need some music jobs. Like, do you guys have a manager? Because you guys are really good.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never managed or booked or done any of that. But, like, I see what you guys are doing. And if you don't have somebody, like, hit me up. And, it was, like, probably about 3-4 months after that, finally got the call.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, we want to work with you. And I was like,
cool.
Let's go, dude. Like, let's fucking go. And just dove in, and I feel like I never was a manager or booking agent before that, but I worked with them a bunch.
Yeah.
From being a talent buyer.
Yeah.
So, and I think that really helped me with kind of teaching myself this profession that I've chosen now. Yeah. Because I've worked with it and I know what talent buyers want and what they want to hear and how to work out a deal
and
on both sides.
Even all the information just up front. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have to ask me a million questions. Here's literally everything.
Everything. All straight
Let
up.
me know.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's who I would want to work with when I was a talent buyer. That's who I would want
You can tell.
With. So, like, I just try and be that for my band and for that. Fast forward a couple months, the Buzz is gaining a lot of traction. I'm so stoked for them.
Can I pause because I have to say this before I lose it? Because it's something that'll never come back to me. Loose Leaf has a band called Lush Honey, and I think we need to do the buzz
collab
with
show.
Lush Honey.
All right, mark my words. Mark our words. This is gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
Dude. Yes.
You heard it here first.
At a water park.
Oh.
Maybe. I'm just really hot, so I was thinking about slides.
I like that.
It would be fun, right? Like a water world show.
I wonder if we could rent the pavilion just down the street at Spring Canyon, and they've got a splash pad. It'd just be like running around in his little kid's splash pad.
You know, I just got a bee swimsuit yesterday in the mail.
That's killer.
So I'd definitely wear that to that
show. Okay. Oh, or on the river. We could just do it on the river. We could just do it at the
Let's go to Rancho.
Let's do it at the Mish.
Mish? Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go. I also, speaking of Mitch, I know we're gonna get sidetracked from time to time, but I was thinking that Ween needs to play out there, and the poster says "Touch my pooter" instead of "Touch my tutor." Wouldn't that be epic?
Yep.
Like, you can make shirts out of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Little thoughts that I think of when I'm
love that.
Drinking.
That's
at the Mish.
I mean, there are a lot of thoughts to be had there for sure. I love that place. Ugh, I'm so thankful I work there. It's the same thing. Like,
such an amazing.
That's how you evolve in the community. Is like if you really care. Which, can I tell you what I probably have said this on the show before. My first solo in like in elementary school, you always have like the ensembles or like the shows that you put on for the parents.
Of course.
So I asked to be in a solo for one of the songs in kindergarten. And I remember the words still because it was, I like music, any kind of music. I like music. Yes, I do. I like music, any kind of music. I like music. How about you? And that was it. And I'm like, that is like a projection of my whole fucking life.
Dude, that was the staple that started it all.
Yeah.
Thank you, kindergarten teacher. Oh my God.
I don't even know the name.
Right? But thank you. If you're watching, thank you.
And my whole family was pissed because I didn't tell anyone that I had a solo. They're like, why didn't you tell us? Like, I didn't know it was a big deal. I just did it.
I love it. That reminds me of elementary school too. Like when my parents like really found out that I was a singer, like I just decided to sing at the talent show, and I sang along with the whole song. Like, didn't get the instrumental version. Like, sang along with Fall Out Boy to Sugar We're Going Down Swinging.
I just got goosebumps again.
Am I more than you bargained for yet? Like, my voice is gone right now. I can't sing, but like, my parents were like, "What?" Like, I had them sign a paper, and they didn't. I don't even think they knew what they were signing.
Yeah.
I was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in the talent show."
Like, I'm gonna do the thing. I was in the talent show too in 5th grade. And
what'd you do?
Me and 4 other girls were like got these coordinated outfits for t-shirts and sweater vests. I mean, forgive me, it was the 90s.
Sweater vest.
It was the 90s.
Nice, dude.
Mid 90s.
There we go.
And we did a choreographed dance to NSYNC's "I Want You Back."
Do you remember it?
I remember parts of it. Like I do.
So at this like Mish show with our band, we could be the intermission and bring back our old talent show days, and everybody does their own act.
My vocal coach would be so proud too if I like did the solo from kindergarten too, like because I'm always like, I'm never gonna sing in front of anyone ever. Like I'll do karaoke drunk, but that's like where I draw the line.
Honey, we gotta go do karaoke sometime. I love karaoke so much.
Me too, and no one else does. No one else
There's
does.
this dive bar down the street from where I live in Arvada, and it's called Chasers with a Z.
Yeah.
And they do it every Friday. So when we don't have a music event happening.
Would that be anywhere near the airport?
No, not all.
Like 30 minutes? Or would
30 minutes, yes.
Yeah.
But it's close to 36.
Because I feel
so you can just hop on 36.
Okay, so I feel like, honestly, I did karaoke there one time in my life when I was picking up my
Chasers.
My aunt-in-law. Like I remember the name of. I remember like that rings a bell to me, and there's no reason it should, but I think that's what it was. We were picking her up from the airport, and she hadn't landed yet, or something, and like we were just like, let's go, I guess, grab a beer and wait you know,
Yeah, chill.
however long.
Yeah.
And they happened to be doing karaoke. You know, it was
I love
nighttime,
it.
so it's like, what are you gonna do? Like sit around, like you
Just
know
sit
what
in
I
my
mean?
car and twiddle your
Yeah,
thumbs.
for
Like,
an hour. So we went, I think, to Chasers, and he encouraged me to do. Oh damn it! No, I'm not gonna remember what they're called because I'm on the spot. Foo Fighters.
oh.
The jumper.
To the best
I
of my
wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
Wait, no, that's Third Eye Blind.
Oh shit! Well,
right?
Is it?
Mhm.
I don't know.
We can't ask them. You're not actually.
Yell at us in the comments section.
Oh no, that's a good tune. That's like iconic.
I'm horrible with names of songs and bands, artists. Honestly, like it's really terrible.
It happens.
And
we know what it sounds like though. That's what matters.
Oh yeah. Oh, I could sing every word. Like it. Someone would be like, okay.
I would understand.
My cousin Michael. You'll never see this, and I know that. That's why I can talk shit. He used to say to me when we were a kid, okay, so it's the 90s, they're always listening to the grunge, to like, you know, alt rock stuff, so it's Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, Stone Temple Pilots, like all those. And I would sing the songs to every word. I mean, the songs to every word.
Yeah.
The words to every song. Every word, right? And he'd be like, who sings this song? I'm like, I'd actually be excited and be like, I know this one. It's Nirvana. And he'd be like, let them do it. Like, shut up. Like, stop singing the way.
Michael.
How rude.
Michael's got a tude.
I was a cool kid, and you just shut that shit down because he was my cousin.
He's scared because you were already putting off that, like, strong, independent woman vibe, even at a young age. And he was scared, so that's why.
Yeah, because he was
Michael, I'm calling you out.
Yeah. Because you were only like, you only could have been 12 if I was 6. And if I was 6 and singing Nirvana, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's cool as hell. Dude, like, are you kidding me? Like,
I remember it to this day. I remember it well.
I think
it's weird the things you remember. Like, I don't remember much of my childhood, but I remember that joke.
I really like where this conversation is going because I feel like we're going back to our roots. Mm-hmm. You know, like of where we've come today. Has so many things that have happened when we were younger is like really shaped us, and we don't even think about it. Like even stuff like that, like you're fucking singing Nirvana when you're 6 years old. That's badass. Like, and now you're booking bands, you're making podcasts. Like, let's go, dude. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's my favorite thing to say. You'll probably hear it a couple times, guys. Like, let's go.
I'm down. It's kind of like treat yourself. Like you have to use it. Do you ever watch Parks and Rec?
From time to time. I'm more of an Office person.
I like The Office too. But Parks and Rec takes place in Indiana. So you know I'm watching that shit.
Okay,
I'm like, this is close to home. It's so funny because of that. Also, if you've ever seen the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
I watched one episode when I was borderline blacked out one night. I don't remember it really.
That one takes place in Indiana too. Well, originally, like the girl is from Indiana, and then she goes to New York City, and it's relatable as fuck. Like you know, but
I gotta watch it.
You have to, and I can't say
she's a big personality.
Yeah, but I can't tell you why because that's like the show is like why she's famous. So we'll leave it there. Watch it. They're They're from Indiana, so check it out. Freaking Indiana, man! I just was there for 3 weeks. Woo.
Oh yeah, we're Umphreys, right?
Woo. How did you first see Umphrey's? Yeah, we've related. We've loved each other already because of Umphrey's. So.
Oh boy!
How did you get?
I actually have Umphrey's tattooed on my ass. I won't show you.
I'm gonna get Umphrey's tattooed. I'm gonna get an Love sticker.
Mine's the rock hands.
Nice.
But I can't show you because that's not PC. Sorry, I probably shouldn't even said that.
I want to. It's probably
my mother already knows. Thing. It's fine. But yeah, okay, so Umphrey's, I learned from my best friend who I actually live with right now, Nick Haddon. He's the drummer in Melody Lines. But I have been absolutely best friends to the T since I was a freshman in high school with him. And he showed me Umphrey's and my whole Grand County crew, including Brennan from Evnoff, Vinny from Melody Lines, like a lot of like our homies that are huge in the music scene in Denver right now. We were all homies in Winter Park growing up. because my family like we're a huge skiing family, and we had a condo out there, and I met all these fuckers, and they showed me Umphrey's.
Yeah, that's rad.
I remember my junior year of high school, I bought my prom dress from Sundance Sensations in Morrison. It was this long hippie dress.
Killer.
I wore it to Umphrey's before I wore it to prom because I knew I was going to get down 10 times harder in that dress at Umphrey's.
Yeah, no shit. That's so awesome. And
I still have that dress, actually. Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, compared to like everybody else's, like, because I went to high school in Highlands Range, so
well,
yeah, those like
they all
those
had
bitches doing like
dresses
$200 dresses.
and taking
was
limos and stuff.
It was like $40.
Oh, damn!
I was a bargain shopper even in high school. Like,
yeah, dude, I was an idiot. Cause again, Indiana, so like it's like not to hate Munster. I came from there, so like I'm stoked on
roots.
you, right?
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm stoked on you.
Yeah.
I was happy. It was a fun visit, and I knew people at the bars I went to still. You know, and I've lived here for 7 years, and I'm still like running into people I know at. So, no, I just did it. I just sidetracked myself. What were we talking about? Prom dresses.
And Umphrey's.
I worked at fucking Burger King, so it's not like my money was like easily earned.
Yeah.
It was a sorry, Aunt Sandy, shitty job. She was my manager.
Oh.
She still works there. God, you're an angel, because I don't know how you do it. But anyway, so I worked really hard for my money, and I also worked at the White Sox Stadium, but that one obviously was more fun than working in a kitchen at Burger King.
Yeah, Burger King, for sure.
In the summer, when it's like 90, you know, like that's like when I have the most hours, you know, and it's like you're working fryers and it's 1,000,000 degrees, and no matter how much air conditioning you have, you're dying.
Yeah.
And
sweating
people
in
are
places,
you.
sweating
People
like on your mustache.
And Big Brother's watching you, yelling at you for your name tag being crooked and shit is weird. Like, so, and I would spend $300 on my dresses for dances. Like, what the fuck?
That you only wear once.
Okay.
Holes at the top for my birthday on lot.
I love that.
Is that a good segue back in?
Yeah, I forgot. I'm like, I might even have to go pee.
No, we could. I'm
like, we totally started recording, and I was like, oh, I didn't ever go potty.
No, definitely
but
go
yeah,
pee.
no, we're good. Let's keep going, because I feel like we need to do this with the people a little more, and then we also need to just like hang more and like chat a little more too. So.
I feel you. I feel
love you guys, but. We are meeting for the first time ever, and she's an Umphrey's fan.
And I don't know how we haven't met. Like, can we talk about that for a second?
You look familiar as shit, though.
You do too.
But
girl, I've seen you on the socials. I've seen, I know. I'm very aware.
Have you seen Eddie though?
Who's Eddie?
The pink whale.
No.
I'll have to show you Eddie. Eddie. So Eddie, I take.
Eddie?
Okay, so in 2018, I picked to do Aqueous opening for Umphrey's 2 nights in Minnesota for my bachelorette party.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so I went to say hi to Evan after they opened for Umphrey's. It was like intermission, and I was running to the bathroom, but saw Evan too. So I was like, I'm just gonna go say hi, because I always stay and say hi and thank you. Like, I always just want to say thank you, like, because I can't do music.
No, and musicians appreciate that. Like,
yeah, and so
not total fangirling, but just saying thank you,
and not
because it's such a big difference.
Remember the fangirl part, because I gotta talk about that too, but. So, hey Evan, hi, how you doing? That was an awesome, like, killer. And he was like, is this yours? And he had this pink fucking whale in his hand, and I was like, no, I wish. And that's just some dumb thing I say, right? Like, so anyway, he was like, what is now? It's your bachelorette party, right? And I was like, because like you said, social media, you know what I mean?
Like, all through the internet.
Yeah, because Tara Gracer is one of my very good dear friends that I met in like 2018 at summer camp. And then she was my wedding photographer, actually. Or wait, I might have met her in, it was 2018.
Nice.
But, so she, like, when she puts her shit up, everyone sees it, and I'm in a lot of the pictures, we go together, and she's like, I'm home base, usually, you know, like, a lot of the time. So, so Eddie, this pink whale that Evan gave me, because he knew it was my bachelorette party because of summer camp or something.
I love this.
Freaking gave me the pink whale. He's like, it's yours now. And he probably just got it from some fangirl
Yeah, like just threw
I
it on
didn't want to
stage or
carry it
something. Like,
anymore.
it's like those little trinkets you get on lot.
Yeah, and it was just
Like
like
when
too
somebody puts a
big
piece
and
of
too.
cheese in your pocket
Yeah.
at string cheese incident. Like it's like
Oh
one
my
of those
god,
things.
someone gave me hot cheese and string cheese one time. They're
Same.
eating hot packet cheese. I'm like, I will not eat that.
I got box tickets for New Year's Eve, holding a piece of string cheese, looking for a miracle. I had no money. Like
I
instead of the number one, I was just holding up a piece of string cheese with my buddy Patty Storin from Liver Down the River.
Nice.
Because I was working their after party for the after show, and we were just like, let's try and get in. I was like, dude, I have 2 string cheeses. Let's go. and we got box seats with like bottle service.
That's killer.
I love life sometimes, dude.
It's so good.
But it's those trinkets that mean everything. So you it's a whale. Like how big is it?
He's a plush, like stuffed squishy.
Ooh,
Like we
how
call
soft
him,
are we talking?
like so, like soft to the touch, but also just like so squishy. Like
squishy but sturdy in the heart.
Yes, and he for sure. And so I named him Eddie because I work in the Mish and I know what an eddy like on a river is. And but I looked up the definition of Eddie, like because I was thinking of names, but you look up a name definition and it's like something
you learn so much more.
Like a princess, and I'm like, no, that's not what I'm looking for.
No.
On to the next one.
Yeah.
And so I looked up the meaning of eddy, and it was a current that goes against the mainstream. And I'm like, bam, eddy.
Holy shit, dude. That has so much meaning.
Yeah. Like, yeah, okay, in river terminology, sure, that makes sense. But
and I'm so about the river terminology.
Yeah. And I knew that it was going to pertain to a river, but when the definition was a current that goes against the mainstream, I'm like, okay, that's Eddie then.
That is perfect, dude.
Yeah. And so Eddie he doesn't go everywhere with me. Like, I'm not taking him to like okay, I don't like the word drug band, but you get what I'm getting at.
Jam bands.
Yeah. Like I would I would never call Umphrey's heady
bands.
I would never call Umphrey's a drug band because they like melt my face if I'm sober. It doesn't matter. Like they're not a drug band.
Yeah.
But there are drug bands. Like there are bands where I'm like, yeah, I would definitely need to be.
I would never go to a Disco Biscuits show sober, like ever, or just in general. But like, I would go because my boyfriend's all about them.
I would go if someone invited me.
I got free tickets to the Red Rocks run. Like, I got offered so many, but I was sick and like house sitting this dog that was like super old and like blind and like needed attention. So I was like, this is perfect. I have all the excuses to not go to the Disco Biscuits.
I can't go. There are definitely, I won't even say them because my opinions are really unpopular.
I'm okay with it though. I'm very strong in my opinions, and I think everybody that knows Flower knows I don't vibe with the Disco Biscuits.
That's like, I was that way for like all of my 20s. Literally the entirety of my 20s. I was like, fuck that.
I don't like it. Fuck.
Yeah, it's terrible. And I would be like ruthless about it. And now in my old age, I'm like, okay, but to each their own for one, but for two, I don't want to compete with people for tickets. I want everyone to have their own thing so that I can go see Umphrey's McGee for $40.
And like just always go to Umphrey's.
And always go. And never have to worry about a lottery and never have to worry about, you know what I mean? But like, some of the shit is like, like fish lotteries. That's why I've never seen fish. I'm like, nope, bro. What? I'm not trying to compete to get tickets.
What?
Never seen fish.
Girl.
I know plenty of fish.
If I find fish sticks, I need fish sticks tickets. By the way, for us, we need fish sticks tickets.
What weekend is fish sticks?
It's Memorial Day weekend.
Sorry, Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend, yeah. Anyways, you guys are watching this. We need tickets.
We do.
And we will do a special podcast episode from lots.
Yeah.
If you hook it up.
For sure.
For us, right? For sure. Is that, I'm like advertising.
We should do it at all places.
Imagine a fucking podcast that's like originated in lot, like at like different, like at Red Rock. Sorry, no. We should do that. we could do that. Oh my god. Just bring on different, like, make a little booth and, like,
seriously.
We could edit this out, but, like, we could bring, like, books in that they just walk up and they're, like, they have 5 minutes and we interview, like, random.
So what do you think about, like, do you know how many books you could be like, so who is Brendan Bayless? And they would just, like, literally have no idea, even though they're on Umphrey's, and have no idea.
Okay, speaking of Bayless.
What is face melt? That's what summer camp did one time.
I don't want to give away too much of our amazing idea to these guys. But I need everybody to know that I have a bearded dragon named Bayless. And she is my entire life. Like, I don't have any kids.
You told me that in Messenger, and I was like,
I don't have any kids. Yeah, I sent you a picture of her with the Santa hat, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, I love bearded dragons, and I love.
Should I show them a picture?
So it's
Should I walk up to the camera and show them a picture?
You should.
Wait, I'm just gonna go back in our messages because I have so many freaking photos.
You should.
All right.
And for everyone else, it's a bearded dragon in a Santa hat. And her name.
Oh wait, no, I didn't send it in a Santa hat, but I sent this one.
Maybe I saw it on Facebook. I don't know.
It's definitely on all the Instagram. I'm thinking about making an Instagram just for Bayless.
You should. That's what everyone does. They got Instagram for dogs all day. You could hashtag
That's Bayless.
Bearded dragons of Instagram.
Oh my god. No, and that's a big beardies of Instagram, like dragons of Instagram is the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's the thing. You can hashtag anything.
I wish like dragons were easy to move with though.
Oh, it's hard.
Like it's not I wish there were like a dog, like because I want to bring her to an Umphrey show, but if it's hot enough, then I could put her in like my pocket or something. Yeah, a hoodie. But she just wouldn't. She would be anxious. She has emotions, which is crazy for a reptile. It's like
I think everything does. Crazy. I even think trees have emotions. They let out different hormone or like different chemicals based on how they're feeling.
Absolutely.
Just because it's different from people doesn't mean they're not doing it, you know. And I had sugar gliders, and I used to take them to class.
Those are the ones with the big eyes, right?
I don't suggest it. It's cruelty to animals. I was 18 and didn't know better.
Oh, yeah, because it just recently, like, came down.
Now that I'm 33, I'm like, no. That was mean. It was mean of me to do that, but also they were already a thing. Like, they were already living in Indiana, so it's not like I was changing their environment that much.
That's not bad, then.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't import them from Australia or something. It was just like this girl literally, so we had to do these speeches in my I don't think it was speech class. I feel like it was more like a media class, like a communications class.
Mm-hmm. That's what I went to college for.
And which is very cool. But you don't seem manipulative, which I've met people who went to school for communications who seem manipulative.
I gotta be careful with how I respond to that.
Just don't use names. Just don't use names.
Well, an old boss of mine was like that to a T. And we use his platform for what everybody like talks bad about media about. Like use his platform for his own agenda and his own emotions and to attack people. Which sometimes was a good thing because sometimes things do need to be shown light, but sometimes it was definitely...
Sometimes it's like, shut up.
Well, and also, but also it's also like you're taking advantage of the media power, and that's why when I worked for Rocky Mountain PBS, I felt so at home because they are right in the middle. They give you the facts. They give you everything.
Love that.
It's not.
I love that.
It's not biased, like from different sides of different people. Like,
which if you like podcasts and everything, and you like to be informed but not listen to biased bullshit,
you should listen
to Jimmy Dore.
Jimmy Dore. Okay.
He's a comedian, but he's got a podcast and he talks about like real issues, but like unbiased, just like giving the information out.
Like this is how it is. These are facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I think the media needs to get back to. Yeah. Honestly. And
well, it's because they're all owned by the same 6 corporations, or like they're all they're all owned by 6 different corporations. So it's like the puppet strings are afoot.
Umphrey's. Dude, did you see what she just did there, guys?
Speaking of which, did you know that in Michigan, fucking Umphrey's was playing puppet string and Stasic's bass stopped working? Because that was
completely.
For like a few verses, and I was like, this is like the song. Like, it's so good.
No.
And then his bass stopped working, and I'm just standing there and watch. Because usually, I always watch Stasek during that. Like, I
It's
always
fine.
watch.
I would cry if I was.
He was
Stacey.
just like making all the faces. You know,
like this is not chill.
Going and like patting Bayless on the shoulder.
You guys take it away, guys. Like
Jake's trying to make up for it because trying to make up for it. It's just like a hot mess.
It's the way it fucking goes sometimes.
That's the way I perceived it anyway. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but I'm pretty sure it was fucked. And because then the following night, at least 2 songs were fucked, whereas only part of Puppet String was fucked the first night. At least I would say 2 songs he was struggling and had text coming out the whole time and everything. Yeah. Which is why I like being up front, but also I maybe wouldn't have noticed all the way if I was in back. You know what I mean?
Definitely. 100%.
I'm watching them up there with it. You know, like I might have just thought like, oh, he's taking a drink mid.
Like just take a little break.
You know, like
sometimes you need a little break.
It was cold as shit the first night, so when
so it was an outdoor
working,
show.
Yeah, and it was literally in Michigan that weekend. It was 48 and rainy.
Ooh.
On the first night.
Is it humid out there?
Yeah. Oof. So it sucked.
Yeah.
It was so cold. Like I have a poncho that I've had for years that I bought for summer camp, and it was a youth size on accident. So I don't wear it that often, but it's good in emergencies. And so I wrote on the front, #wet because the whole drive there, we were like hydroplaning. Like it wasn't even like shit, we're driving in the rain and visibility is low. It's like the roads are almost flooded because we're in a wetland surrounded by the Great Lakes. And there's so much water. And I'm from Indiana, so I'm used to that shit, but not that much. Like, It was constant hydroplaning. Like, oh, fuck, let off the gas. Oh, fuck, we're going to die. And people in Michigan, sorry, Michigan, it's true, drive like shit. It was the scariest.
Same with California. We're calling all fuckers out.
The baby finally woke up. Yeah, it's bad. And Texas.
And well, I don't even want to get into Texas.
You can't. No, everyone knows already. It's not
they just ski in jeans, and I just can't. I really do want to go to Austin, though. That's one place that I've never gone. And
we should go. My cousin lives in Texas. We should go. But I think
we should go to
Dallas,
Austin.
So we should go.
Or wait, no, it's South by Southwest.
Yeah.
We should go there and network because we are working women.
I agree.
And then have some fun.
Let's do it.
Let's get a hotel.
We could write it all off.
This is like monumental, guys. We are becoming like homies.
It's huge. You don't even know. It's so good.
I really want to go to Stubbs too.
I don't know.
It's a venue out there. Like after Ween. I'm a huge Ween fan also.
One of my unpopular opinions. I'm like, I don't get it, but I didn't grow up on it, and I didn't
grow up on it either. It's like it's been the last 5 years. But I literally have a Ween tattoo right here.
It's glorious.
Yeah,
it's really glorious.
But,
and also, I don't hate Ween.
My favorite live album is from Stubbs, and I did some research on the venue, and a lot of people have played there. It's like one of the it's like the one of the staple venues of Austin.
Yeah.
And so my goal is when I do go there, I want to go to a show at Stubbs.
Yeah.
I want to do South by Southwest and meet a bunch of people.
Let's go. Let's plan a trip for the winter when it's shitty here.
And I want to walk around in ski boots and jeans just to fuck with people.
I wonder how cheap flights are. Oh my god, let's do
it. Let's go. I wonder if they're even doing. I think it will probably wait till next year because pandemic stuff.
Yeah.
But
we should do it. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm coming to see you, Kim. I mean, I think she lives near Dallas, but I'll just make her come meet us because she lives in Texas. If I'm driving 12 hours, you can come meet me in Austin instead of Dallas.
Bada boom, bada bang, baby.
I hear the baby yelling though, so I feel like maybe we should just call it now because there will be more.
I think it's a good stopping point.
There will be more to come.
Can I throw out a couple things before we leave?
All of the things.
Because we just got so excited talking, but I also manage Dylan Kishner Band.
We just booked something together
for them. And announcing this week Project Aspect as well.
Woo!
So
which is super exciting.
Be on the lookout for the Buzz, Dylan Kishner Band, and Project Aspect coming at you hard all summer long.
Also, probably pairings with.
everything.
I think there will be pairings with the Buzz, the Animal Kingdom, and the Great Salmon Famine.
Yep. Ooh.
They're all very, very
Great Salmon Famine. Yes.
Very similar vibe going on there. So
let's do it.
Just be on the lookout for all the cool shit that we're about to do. This is
let's
the first
go.
time we've ever met.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
We're about to go so hard. You don't even know. All right. Thank you for being with us. We love you guys. And you better have a good night and rage, rest, repeat.
And we need fish sticks tickets.
And also, I think my recording stopped. Or maybe... Oh, nope. It's still going. Yeah. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Killer. I don't know.